G'day, Professor Joseph Drew here. I'm here to talk to you this time about what we could do to get better decision making from our citizens with respect to local government. So this question was actually posed to me by a radio station this morning, and it's something I have thought about a bit in the past. You know, we're going into local government elections here in New South Wales, Australia, and this weekend lots of people will be turning up. They'll be get given a ballot paper and they'll have to choose someone. But what are they basing the decision on? Do they know anything about the candidates? Do they know anything about the fiscal predicament of their local government? Do they even know what local government does? This is a real problem because the fundamental assumption at the basis of representational democracy is that people are choosing candidates that reflect their preference. So these representatives can make the same sort of choices and say the same sort of things as what we would have done had we been in charge of the deliberation process ourselves. So one solution actually comes courtesy of the Kiwis. Prior to elections there, they send out a leaflet to every ratepayer explaining what the council has done over the last term, political term, and what the financial situation of the council is. Now, I would suggest that that would be an exceptionally good idea for every Australian jurisdiction to adopt also. But in addition to that information about what local government has done during the last term, what fiscal position local government's in, I would also have included a list of all the candidates and allow each candidate to write, say, 150 to 200 words about their policy and provide a web link or an email address. Then people will have the information. They may not read it, but at least they'll have it. And if they do decide to read it, they'll make better decisions. So that's one way that we can improve decision making by citizens and, as a result, improve local government. Another solution is that local government citizens start getting involved in local government. Sadly, I'm called to help communities that get into the little disasters, usually fiscal disasters. And the thing I'm always asked is, why didn't someone ask us? Why didn't someone let us know what was going on? Well, we do ask you. Every 4 years, we ask you to turn up to the ballot box and make an informed decision about who the people you think are who can best represent your interests, and choose the sort of decisions that you would have made had you been a councillor yourself. Now, a lot of people will say that we get the government that we deserve, and I think it's true. Most people are completely disengaged in local government, and the only time they get engaged is when something goes wrong or they're not happy with something. Well, I'm afraid you've only got yourselves to blame. So with this in mind, I also started to think, well, where would you go to get resources? If you suddenly developed an interest in local government, you suddenly want to be a responsible citizen and get good information so you can make good decisions, where would you go? And I realized there wasn't anywhere. And that's why I wrote my new book, Saving Local Government, which comes out January next year from Springer. It's written in plain English, a bit like these videos, not scholarly dribble that no one wants to listen to. Plain English that you'll actually enjoy reading. I've had lots of people test it out, and you'll learn a lot. And then you can make really good decisions. So that's another solution. And yet there's a third solution, and it's this channel. The whole point of this YouTube channel was to give councillors and local government executives, local government regulators, and citizens themselves access to good, expert, robust and reliable information you can trust. Now, you may not always agree with me, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But at least you know the reasons for why we prescribe certain actions. So if you can help in any way, I'd be most grateful. Send this link to your friends. See if you can get them interested in local government.